the top 3 online dating apps you need to be using and why it's so important that you are on the top dating app. And it may surprise you when I tell you which one it is and why I feel it's very important that you need to be there to increase your odds of succeeding in online dating. That's what we're all about. And who am I to talk about this? I'm Coach Paula Grooms, a dating and relationship coach, licensed social worker, and author of the book, Why Won't He Commit? How a Man Decides to Make You the One. And in order to do that, we need to get you online dating because 50% of matches now are made online. And whether you have done it in the past and you have not had a good experience, you are a first-time user, it doesn't matter because it's going to be how you look at things. And I'm going to tell you something very positive about it today, statistically, that will hopefully boost you in terms of getting back online because it is an important component of your dating portfolio, so to speak, meaning organic meeting and some strategies there, and meeting in hobbies and in social situations, and setting your mind to, I want to date to mate, finding a real mate and partner. And people are doing that online worldwide as never before. But for today's video, I'm going to be specifically using data from cloudwords meaning like upwards.net. It is the latest statistical information I can find. There's a lot from 2020, but this largely is compiled from 2020 onwards to 2024. It was compiled in 2024 and put out, and that's why I am using it today. And I'm going to be putting up a graphic when I talk about the number 1 dating app for you to use. But I want to really prep you in this with a story of a client of mine who came to me a few years ago, and she was newly out of a relationship and not feeling very good about her dating opportunities. She was 41 years old. She wanted to meet someone and marry, maybe even have a family. So I said, well, let's get busy and have you dating. And she said, great, that's what I want to do, as long as it's not online. And I said, wait, nope, you're going to have to go online. And she's like, oh, okay, because you're Coach Paula and you say so, then I'll do it. But one caveat, I will do any of the apps except this one. And I said, well, that's the one I want you to do. And she said, oh no, I just can't see myself doing that. It's a hookup site. And I said, I beg to differ. It is no longer just for that. And regardless, I want you to know that on almost any of the top 8 to 10 dating sites like Match, OkCupid, Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, Plenty of Fish, all of them, if you present yourself in the category of woman that's for a relationship, not just a woman to have fun with, you will be okay on any of those dating sites. If you present yourself as a woman just to have fun with, Freud's Madonna whore dichotomy, not my word, his, but it represents a real reptilian-brained black and white thinking of the male brain. And even when he sees a picture, he will tend to put you in one category or another. And that's why it's not where we go online. I mean, certainly you're not going to be on something that isn't a regular dating site, but is simply for sexual interest or what have you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about all of these sites that I just mentioned. If you do that, you will be fine. Here's the rest of that story. she was great. And she said, because you tell me, I'll do it. And she did. She met in a few weeks' time. I think it was her first or second meeting. And she comes back and says in our next session how she really liked this guy. And he seemed to be great. Well, yada, yada, yada. Because she did the strategies in the way that I outlined in my One Love, Online to Never Ending Love, 7 Simple Steps to Digital Dating Success. And we discussed it in the coaching that I offer along with it. In 5 months' time, she was engaged, she got married shortly thereafter, and they immediately started their family. She now has a beautiful child. That is a true story from Tinder that she shared so that other women can understand how you are one date away from meeting your one. So, statistically, Tinder is the place to meet men because it is the second largest dating site in the world and the biggest in the United States. And here is the most salient point. Tinder has 67% male users. That means only 33% are female. Those are great odds that you want. And if you present yourself in the category of a woman for a relationship, the guys that are interested in just hookups will pass you by. Yeah, they might swipe right on you just because you're beautiful. But generally speaking, once you show that you're not just going to go and meet them from text to a meeting, I talk about how you do that in a very high value way, and you guide the guy. And it is working brilliantly for the women that I work with. They're doing it, they're getting great matches, and these are women 24 to 54 and beyond. I had a marriage from a woman who was 62 or 3, I believe, within the last year or so. It absolutely happens. This can work for you at 24, although you probably at 24 don't need to be online because you are typically in a milieu where socializing is still very, very big and most folks are still single. So you've got a great opportunity. But as you move into late 20s and 30s, you must be online and you need to be on Tinder because of what I just mentioned. So the other two that lag behind, but they are second and third, may surprise you. It's not the old behemoth Match.com. Match.com is way down there now, so I don't necessarily recommend that. Second to Tinder, which Tinder has a 30.2% market share, is Bumble with a 20.8% market share. I am okay with Bumble, but I'm going to give you my feeling about it and why I think it pales in comparison. Is that men go on Bumble typically because they know that they don't have to pay, and when they don't pay, a woman is the one who reaches out. Bumble now has a feature, if you don't know it, where a man can pay and then he can reach out. But generally speaking, he's not necessarily going to do that because he can go on another app and not do that. And women will still reach out. It's a mindset of him being the consumer who wants to take a very laid-back approach to dating and get the women to come towards him. You can use it. It's okay. Many women say they like the men better on Bumble. That's an interesting thing to me. I'm just going to tell you that because I hear it. But in terms of numbers, I don't know what they are in terms of percentage male and female, so I'm going to lean towards, if you're going to be somewhere, Tinder. And I'm going to give you a tip about that right after I tell you about number 3, which is Hinge, 14.2% market share. But when we're talking about online dating, you need the best opportunities. And with that lower market share, why be there? And here's the tip I want to tell you about. If you're going to be online, you need to be paying. Why? Because I want you to think about this. Online companies, make no mistake, they're there to make money. And the algorithms will push you if you pay. And you get a lot more features. Tinder Gold is very good, user-friendly. Those who pay attention. And if you pay, you are going to be more invested. So pay to play, and I mean in the best sense. Let's get you on there, paying for it, paying attention, and then doing the right things to guide a man on how you want to be treated, courted, etc. And you can easily. It's what my One Love, Online to Never Ending Love, 7 Simple Steps to Digital Dating Success course is all about. How you do that. Because you need to show the man online, because it's the Wild West online. Think about it. A man is online. One woman wants 10 texts before she ever agrees to move it to the next thing. And he'll just keep texting. Another woman doesn't want any text at all and wants to get right to a meeting. Another wants phone call after phone call. He doesn't know what to do initially. And so he'll default to what is easiest typically. And then you think, oh, he's jerky or a bad dater or whatever. And it's a mess. So when we, in a high value way, show the man, this is how I would like it to go and feels best for me, and then we'll see about meeting. He will value that if he's not just looking for a fast meet. He has some patience. He likes your pictures and profile enough and what you've said back and forth a few times in text. You also need to have a burner app, and I talk about that. There's a lot of nuance. And when you get it, many clients of mine have said, it's now kind of a formula and formulaic for me. And so I don't have to think about it so much, and so it's not as frustrating. And I want that for you too. It doesn't have to be frustrating. It can be fun. And I have women from, like I said, late 20s to 40s and well beyond who now find it a great part of their dating life. And most all women that I work with currently, if they are online, they are getting dates that they're excited about because of the second step in the 7 steps. So I hope you will check that out. You can check it out using the link below. You can ask me questions about it. It's so important that I'm spending a good amount of time here on YouTube telling you about it and giving you all the latest information that I have and why I believe what I do and why I know you can have success in your romantic life. You deserve it, and it makes life best when we live it with committed partnership. And again, it's what I'm all about. So look at that below, check it out. And I love your comments here. If you liked this video, please hit the like button, subscribe. More than half, almost 67% of people who watch my videos have not subscribed. So I would truly and greatly appreciate it if you do. And I will see you then next time if you hit that red alert bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I trust you got a lot of useful information from today's video, but you may want more because information is not transformation. If you are struggling in your dating or romantic life in general with a relationship, you want an ex back, I work with women in programs, and you can also look on my website for my self-help courses. My website will provide you all the information you need to make a decision of whether or not you are ready to work with a coach and really move the needle on where you are in your romantic life to get what you desire and deserve. I do this using what I call a 2-pronged approach, meaning manifesting on the one hand and doing the work of what I call the mechanics of men. I take the approaches and strategies, for example, some of which are in my book, but you can hear a lot more here on my playlist. For example, the Make Him Wonder playlist. That is a podcast where I actually talk with real women in a coaching conversation for however long is needed. You can hear many of those conversations here on a playlist, and if you want more and in their entirety, you can join the 80/20 Wonder Club. This is all on my website, again, coachpaulagrooms.com. I am one of the few coaches that actually do the work with clients, not a Facebook group or something of the sort, but the actual individual work that will really make the difference between success or just continuing in a situation that is not servicing you for your life's goals and your romantic dreams. Because I have found that we as women, when we are satisfied in our personal lives, our romantic lives, we thrive in all other areas of our life. That's why I do the work that I do, because women are love in the world. We deserve to get the love that we give out, and we deserve to be able to give it. And I know that you get a lot from this channel, but you can get a lot more, and you can get, again, transformation versus information. So check it out at coachpaulagrooms.com, and I trust that we will be talking soon.